head pops out of the toilet bowl. Then the boy is washing his hands, suddenly hears a strange noise. Curious, he walks over, gathers courage to open the bathroom door, only to see no time to escape. The boy is pushed to the ground. A hand crawls out of the toilet. The toilet monster extends his 2-meter-long neck. Terrified, the boy scrambles away, but the next day, the man-eating toilet monster undergoes a mutation. They invade the streets, launch an attack on humans, force their way into citizens' homes, even sparing no small dogs. Under the virus's influence, the little dog eventually mutates into a toilet dog. Would you still dare to go to the toilet alone? In this weird plane, making a little sound will summon a monster. The hot girl dared to answer a phone call. The flight attendant ninja snatched it away and tossed it into a boiling kettle, effectively saving her from certain doom. She warned the passengers not to make a sound, or else a monster will snatch them up. But one dude couldn't resist a scoff, muttering, "How is that even possible?" Monstrous claws materialized out of thin air. Then, 2 unfortunate men vanished into the void. A collective hush fell over the passengers, each holding their breath as if it were a lifeline. Just when tension reached its peak, the man, in a desperate bid for relief, felt a rumble. In this weird plane, making a little sound will summon a monster. The man, in a desperate bid for relief, felt a rumble. A baby, feeling the discomfort of flight, was on the verge of tears, but the flight attendant emerged, magically soothing the child's woes. Now, one audacious fellow liberated his feet, and giving them a VIP seat on the chair, in front of a poor, unsuspecting granny. The hot lady had to resort to ninja-style nose covering, all while maintaining the silence of the lambs. Out of the blue, the guy unleashed a monstrous burp that echoed through the cabin. Humans may keep mum, but what about our furry companions? In this weird plane, making a little sound will summon a monster. The man cast anxious glances at the parrot perched on his shoulder, silently praying it wouldn't unleash its vocal prowess. But, in the blink of an eye, the feathery traitor let out a deafening scream. Losing his beloved pet, the man burst into crying. Meanwhile, the woman proudly hoisted her bag, revealing her pet, a mute goldfish, the unsung hero of the silent skies. Just as the aircraft was gearing up for takeoff, the flight attendant made a grand entrance into the aisle, once again emphasizing the critical nature of this perilous journey. Now, the question is, how on earth can the flight attendant jabber away without getting snatched by the monsters? A woman on the plane craves a cigarette. Promptly rising to head for the restroom, from her waist, she retrieves a sandwich, inside concealing a nail file and a red card. With the red card, she pries open the overhead circuit board, then unbuttons her shirt to reveal a circuit diagram. After a brief study, she uses the nail file to disable the smoke alarm system. Subsequently, she sits on the toilet, extracting a lighter case from her thigh. Next, from her shirt, she produces a lipstick. Then she removes her high heels, and the lighter's inner core falls out. She flattens the lipstick, stuffing it into the lighter's inner core. From behind her neck, she retrieves hidden lighter fluid, adding it to the inner core. She assembles the inner core into the lighter case, completing an improvised lighter. The woman takes the tape from her waist, sealing the ventilation openings on the door. Finally, from her lower back, she pulls out a cigarette box, satisfyingly lighting a cigarette. So, what's the solution when craving a smoke on a plane? Look, this man hasn't gone to the bathroom for 7 days. Seduced by a friend, he turns to smuggling, swallowing 20 packets of drugs. However, during a security check, the police detain him, taking him to an interrogation room. But when searched, not a trace of the substance is found. Suspecting he may conceal it internally, they take him to the hospital for an X-ray, revealing numerous small particles in his abdomen, yet uncertain if they're drugs. Once he uses the restroom, all the truth will be revealed. The police detain him, confining him in a hotel room, sealing every vent, fitting filters in the toilet, and maintaining a 24-hour watch. The man realizes that if he passes the items, he'll be arrested. However, the law only permits a 7-day detention. He makes a decision. For 7 days, he refrains from using the restroom. Do you think he can hold in? This female spy is incredibly unlucky. Assigned by her boss to save whales, she joyfully rides a speedboat, but the whale mistakes her for a predator and leaps, crashing down towards her. Then, tasked with protecting the forest, she climbs trees and hangs banners, but the workers below, unaware of her presence, end up sawing down the tree. Sent to safeguard glaciers in the Arctic, she enthusiastically plants a sign, only to inadvertently crack the glacier with excessive force. On another mission to protect rhinos, she finds herself relentlessly pursued by one. She manages to escape by hopping onto a vehicle vehicle. During a penguin rescue mission, she kindly put it in the car. As a result, she got bitten by the penguin. Surprisingly, this flying woman is a spy. She goes to a restaurant and mistakes a compressed towel for food. Trying to eat it, her boss assigns her to deliver takeout. She confidently maneuvers through the streets. However, she ends up driving the car into cement. Eventually, she gets expelled from the organization. Then she works as a driver for the bad guys. The next day, she crashes the car into a tree. She becomes an enforcer but can't recognize her team, resulting in accidentally injuring a comrade. Later, when she attempts to fly a plane, her control is erratic. As a result, she makes the villains dizzy and incapacitates them all. Surprisingly, she becomes a hero, secretly summoned back by the organization. They're planning to send her undercover to the enemy's headquarters. Lily was getting her grandma up in the morning.
Here we go.
But when she pulled her near the fan, the grandma's hair flew off like crazy, leaving a bald patch on her head. Later that night, while giving her a sponge bath, Lily got so caught up in chatting with her grandma that she accidentally dipped the towel into the bedpan. The mute grandma was getting seriously desperate. Lily kept wiping the grandma's face repeatedly. The smell was making grandma almost throw up. Thinking grandma was enjoying it, Lily dipped the towel into even more yellow liquid and twisted it down from the top of the grandma's head. The grandma was utterly miserable. Suddenly, Lily realized she wasn't using water. She dashed for the tap, grabbed the hose, and then a man casually blew his nose, but a girl turned into a mud sculpture. Just a moment ago, Tony's ex-wife dropped off the kids for the weekend. He eagerly grabbed the luggage. His daughter had just lifted her head when she got caught in the car door while playing ball with his son. The ball accidentally hit Lily, their neighbor, on the head. Tony hurried over to help Lily up, but suddenly, the weather took a sudden turn. Tony swiftly pulled Lily into the house, leaving his daughter locked outside. A lightning bolt streaked across the sky. His daughter, standing outside, was instantly blown away. After struggling to stand up, she was struck by another lightning bolt. Eventually, she crawled back into the room through the dog door. The guy and his girlfriend are having a great time when suddenly he goes to check. The girlfriend has been accidentally knocked off. Just then, the doorbell rings, and the guy panics. Thinking on his feet, he quickly hides the girlfriend under the carpet. The door is already open. He pretends to sit calmly at the dining table. The other woman walks in, constantly complaining the girlfriend isn't answering her calls.
Yeah, well, you're a little bitch.
The woman gets furious, rushing over to confront the girlfriend. The guy hurriedly hides behind the girlfriend, skillfully manipulating her body to interact with the friend.
Relax, I don't want any problems, okay? Too late, bitch. Oh shit.
Suddenly, the doorbell rings again. Turns out, it's the woman's boyfriend. The guy, thinking the girlfriend is upset with him for being late, quickly explains himself.
Baby, what's wrong? What did you do?
No, what did you do?
Now, it's the guy's turn to panic. Just then, the doorbell rings again.